From us damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all the attention. I know what you're trying to say.
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, and I'm looking at the screen like preach, cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of the general, to know the podcast, you keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. To know the Christmas to everybody, you heard me? Got a special one in here tonight, personal partner of mine, you heard me? But this is story, man. Let him tell it. And he promised to behave himself on here too. I just want to let him know before he come down, you heard me? You heard it.
What's good with it, fam? What's happening?
What's up? Hey, baby. What's up? Hey, baby.
Oh, man, just chilling, man. Thanks for letting me on the show, man. Happy holidays to you. Happy Christ Day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You heard me? So you want to shout your people out first, or you want to get straight into it?
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to Jay Mota. Shout out to Moza, M-O-Z, my boy Moses Robinson. Shout out to K. Drew. Shout out to my boy Trip Blunsky. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't done nothing, but we've always connected and stuff like that. I listen to his tracks hella hard. Shout out to Chaotic Visuals, Black Coats, Cuda Brown, Sarah Hayward doing their whole thing with everybody in the collective. You feel me? Smooth Peasy out there. Shout out to Selena Pressure, you know, she's doing her thing, you feel me, keeping her team in order and everything like that, you feel me, making sure they getting the exposure they need. You feel me? But yeah.
So after the interview finished, you remember I'm gonna tag you in and you'll be able to share it and all that stuff. You remember? So
sure.
won't you formally introduce yourself to the viewers? You remember?
Well, I go by Ace Elias, Aaron Elias, maybe even J Book and Cali Spade. You feel me? I'm an artist. I've been doing this music shit for about seriously for about 2 to 3 years now. You know, and I started off like everybody else, you know, hopping in the studio with a beat real quick, you know, so I could just rap, and then trusting the engineer to make it sound good, and it don't. Keep going back and forth, paying the studio time and all that stuff. And now I'm ending up here with my own full-fledged studio, mixing down and mastering my own tracks, and you know, sending them out on platforms.
Answered the first 7 to 8 questions, but we still gonna go on.
Oh no, I got substance for days, man. I got substance for days for sure.
It's all great. You heard me. So you mentioned that you got your own now, and you started off as an artist. What's the biggest difference between being an artist and I guess running your own label, right?
Well, being just an artist, I mean, it has its pros and cons. And the pros of it is, you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, all the extra stuff, especially if you have a label or if you have like just an engineer and stuff like that. You feel me? Because you could be an artist and write dope ass rhymes and everything or freestyle and shit like that. But if you ain't got a recording engineer or you don't know how to do it yourself, you're not going to really go that far as an artist. But I mean, the pros of it is, you know, you don't have to worry about that because you have that. I mean, especially being an artist, being on platforms and everything. Obviously, you have it because you wouldn't be there if you didn't. The cons is not being able to do that. The pros of being a producer and producing your own music and stuff like that is, I mean, you're producing your own music, you're composing. It's just the next level of composition. You feel me? Like, you know, it's okay, you recorded it. Now you're able to engineer it. And the next is to make a beat. And the next is like, you know, just to make it your own, you know, create your own. That's what we're in it for. We created music, we created lyrics. Now we're trying to create music. The cons of that is it's headache and dedication. It takes hours and hours and hours of staring at your computer and just making sure everything is right and just getting the ear, giving your ears a break. Like it takes a lot of time and very, very intricate, meticulous little things in order for you to get it down right. And I'm still learning, you know?
Thanks. So let's take it back. You hear me? You from California, right?
Yes, sir.
Your weed and palm trees, you hear me? Let us in New Orleans and you know what I'm saying, all the viewers and the people watching. How is it coming up in California? How was it your experience coming up in California? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, let us know how that Cali life is.
Well, coming up in California for me, I mean, I wouldn't say it was fun, But I mean, I was hot headed, when I was a kid. When I was younger, I was hot headed. I was doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing, just getting into things I know I was supposed to be getting into and stuff. And God set me down. He set me down for something small. I mean, if he would have set me down for the stuff that I did,
Yeah, yeah, they
you
say
know,
that too. They say you always call to get your attention. You understand me? When he's trying to use you for something different. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah, so you always,
California when I was a kid, it was fun. I mean, it was my home. It's my home and stuff like that. You feel me? Growing up, it was fun until I started I started getting smart. I started realizing what I was doing. Like, and started growing up. And when I started growing up, that's when I started getting locked up. And
yeah,
it
yeah,
was just like a revolving door to where it was just like I don't even want to like be here anymore. So I moved out of California. Like, I was
yeah.
born and raised out there. I've been out there for what? I've been living out there for 29 years, 28, 29 years. Now I'm traveling all across the country. But California is a good place to go. I mean, if you're going out there, just for the first time and everything, the culture shock is crazy. You going into the city like LA and stuff like that. You stop over at Louisiana Chicken off of MLK and Crenshaw. I go there all the time. I'm spending like $80 at that spot just for me.
So,
On
so
everything.
like us, you remember, like we known for like king cage, red beans, jambalaya, things like that. You remember what is California known for? Like what type of foods and shit?
California got like a variety of food. I feel like if you're on either side of the coast, you're gonna have all kinds of stuff like Korean barbecue, like actual authentic stuff, like mainly Mexican food because like I'm from Southern California and that's like everywhere. And they got some dope ass Mexican joints out there.
Mm.
Like their food is just like all accumulated of one. We eat y'all food. They got Louisiana seafood, Louisiana fried chicken.
Yeah. Well,
We got
a lot of us came out there for the hurricane.
yeah, no, yeah, on everything. Y'all brought Raising Cane's out there too.
I mean, nah, they brought themselves out there. You hear me? So check this out. You hear me? So how does somebody coming from there? You know what I'm saying? You described your background, right? How did you initially get into the music? Eh?
So I initially got into the music. So
Mm.
I was just like playing guitar and stuff like that. Every once in a while, just for therapy and stuff. Then I started putting words to it, to like putting verses to it and everything. I started off with alternative rock, to be honest with you. I started
Okay.
off doing alternative rock, making little like rock songs and stuff like that. And then like, when I actually found a beat to it and the tempo and everything, and I started freestyling at first. And when I was a kid, I used to freestyle like crazy. I used to be on ciphers, battles, and all that shit. And then I just started writing.
Was that transition hard, like from the alternative rock to the rapper? Cause you rap your ass off.
Right. Nah, but
Yes,
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that
it's
to the
all
fullest.
good. It's all good. I fuck with your music. You hear me? Which one do you feel that you do better, dog? Because I ain't even know. See, that's something I didn't know. I ain't even know you started off with alternative rock. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
in your opinion, which one you do better, the alternative rock or the rap?
I think now it'd be the rap because it's like I don't know. I'm crazy with those syllables. Like there's times where I'm
Yeah.
just like, like it sound
Your
and
metaphors. Your
and
metaphors is
then
what
the
you tripping.
metaphors too, like on
Yeah.
everything. Like I said this one bar, right? I said this one bar on the track that's coming out on the hard drive chapter 3, which I
Hold up
will
now. I
get
got
to.
a rule. I got a
Which I will
rule. I
get
got a
to.
rule. All right, I got a rule. That's this gonna be your first time spitting some bars. If you spit some bars again, you gotta do a freestyle, eh? That's a rule, that's a two little podcast rule. You heard me? So what made you make that switch?
I don't know. Just like I felt like I was getting more deeper into my lyrics and less interested in my guitar. Like
Mm.
it was like I was more into the writing process than anything than just the music process to begin with. Because I could hear the music in my head what I wanted to like play, but I couldn't necessarily play it on the guitar yet. So I just started just like gravitating towards like hip hop and stuff, listening to beats and everything, and just writing stuff to it. Even if somebody was over it, I just still like I would write. When I was locked up, I had 5 composition
Wait,
notebooks
wait,
full
wait,
of just
wait,
lyrics.
we gonna get to that. 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 We gonna get to that.
I
But look,
I
you said you started off with the alternative rock, then you made the transition to the rap, right? Was music always in the plan for you, or did it just kind of like fall in your lap? You hear me?
I've been listening to music ever since I was 2 years old. I got a picture on my Facebook I mean, with headphones on, in a diaper when I was 2 years old. Like music always, attracted me. Music.
Hey, that'll be a fire album cover too.
Yeah, on everything. It's part of my little cover for my one of my tracks on Spotify.
It's all good. It's all good. You heard me?
Yeah.
So when you first got in tune with the music, right? Before you picked the pin up, right? What artists were you listening to? It.
Tech Nine.
That's
Yep.
it.
I was listening to Tech Nine, mainly strange music and stuff like that. Like, I mean, like the alternative artists. You mean when I started writing,
And
just started writing, period,
it's
or
like yeah, period. Like before you started doing the alternative or the rap, you heard me?
oh
What?
snap, man,
Yeah.
I was listening to I was listening to Sublime, Revolution, a little bit of the rap. I was listening to Eminem, some Tech Nine, like, but mainly like Bad Brains, Living Legends, Bob Marley. I was more of like a reggae type of person, like that type of song. Those type of songs, like it always like sent me through something. Are you still there? But you still there? I think you cut out, or I cut out. Let me see what happened. Where you at, bro? So yeah, while he getting that out the way, I'm gonna continue on with this live. I don't know who's here, but how's everybody doing? Um, Stay tuned. We're experiencing a couple little technical difficulties. My boy on the other side, he's getting it all together and whatnot. So whenever we got that going, just tap in, share this live. I'm about to actually share it once we get Peanut the General back on. You feel me? And yeah, I guess now is probably that time to smoke this joint.